Can we? No. Can
No,
we?
where are you
No.
going? By the
Can
way,
we?
no.
Can we?
Oh.
Can we? Can we talk about this?
A champion in League of Legends is always defined by a few things. Are they ranged? What kind of damage do they deal? And can they even sell 15 different skin lines by next Tuesday?
C'est très bien.
But whether you're a fan of Riot or not, the fact that there are 156 champions in this game, all with different playstyles, abilities, and design choices is amazing and unprecedented. We have tanks, we have bruisers, we have CC machines, we have Yordles, we have monsters, we have ranged champions, we have melee bruisers, and we also have 155 champions that aren't Gnar. But out of all the things that define a champion, one of them kind of stands above the rest. In most cases, an ultimate ability is an insanely crucial part of a champion's kit. Sometimes being a transformation that unlocks a whole nother set of abilities. Sometimes being an insane stat buff that allows champions to really push their limits and become a problem. And sometimes just being a way to choose one enemy in particular, walking into their house and disconnecting both their mouse and their keyboard. I'm looking at you, Malzahar mains. I don't know why you do that. Making an ultimate ability for a champion is a very tall order that should serve as a way to truly unlock the champion's potential once they hit level 6. I'll give you guys some examples. But before we go on, we have a message from this week's sponsor. Hey everyone, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to today's special sponsor, Mech Arena. Mech Arena is an amazing 5v5 mobile mech shooter that revolves around guns, robots, and of course, explosions. There's a ton of customization options, mechs to unlock, guns to upgrade, and the list goes on and on. But my favorite part by far is that they don't really rely on a pay-to-win model for players to succeed. Mech Arena has awesome in-game events as well as a great login rewards program that you definitely don't want to miss out on. This game is all about how smart you play, taking down the bigger and stronger mechs with your biggest gun of all, your brain. So pre-match preparation is insanely important. Make sure to craft a team that can take on the scariest foes via mix and matching mechs and guns. Now to show you guys why I think that this is the coolest sponsor I've ever gotten, and that's because Mech Arena sent me a loot box. Alright, I've never done an unboxing and I've never opened this box, so let's see how this goes. Alright, I don't know what this is. I don't know what any of this is. What is this? Did they send me a CD? I gotta hold a microphone, this is hard. Dude! It has a screen in it! There are cards and a mini USB cable, an art book, 500-piece puzzle. They gave me Mr. Krabs' first nickel. They gave me a nice little shirt. Oh, that's awesome. It has a little robot man. What are the world's biggest mech combat sport? Let's explore the kit. All right, scan the cards. Oh, wait. Oh, that's so cool. All right, scan the poster to meet your mech. Oh, that's so cool. He's just sitting there vibing. You can use my link in the description or scan my QR code to get 1 Steel Reaper skin, 500 A-coins, 70,000 credits to help kickstart your game. And if you're quick, you can add me to your friends as username Scooch, and we can play some matches together, so don't wait around. Thank you guys for the awesome loot box. This was so cool. This was so sick. Anyways, let's jump into the video. Malphite innately struggles to stay in extended trades because he has little to no mobility and no CC. So how do they fix that base kit with his ultimate? By giving him one of the longest dashes in the game and also making it an unstoppable AoE knockup. Zoe's bubbles and Paddle Star are pretty easy to dodge and put her in a very bad overextended position if she walks up without her flash. So how do they fix that with her ultimate? By granting her a small window in which she can overextend and therefore use new angles or get more range on her abilities. And I myself am a pretty funny content creator that struggles to release daily in the rat race that is YouTube. So how do we solve that with my ultimate? By making it the ability to remind you that the majority of the people watching this video aren't subscribed. Did you know If you subscribe to the channel, you'll really help us out, and honestly, I think you'll have a blast sticking around, so please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Anyways, let's keep going. Obviously, I can go on about the importance of ultimate moves all day, but there's something pretty important to be learned here. That most champions are balanced around an ultimate ability, creating a make or break situation whenever the ultimate is available or not. Which is how the game should be made, but there's one ultimate ability that is just much better than the rest. An ultimate ability that makes my skin crawl. Sylas has the most disrespectful ultimate in all of League of Legends because Sylas is, for lack of a better term, a miserable piece of thieving garbage. Did I mention he's a bitch? Whereas all the champions in this game thrive with the tools that they brought to the table, Sylas thrives with the tools that they brought to the table. And the worst part is that in most cases, Sylas can use their tools better than they can. Imagine letting a kid copy your homework that you studied very hard for. And then, finally, when the teacher gives you back your grades, somehow he aced it with your answers while you got a C-. That is exactly what playing against Sylas feels like. And in order to explain this, we're gonna have to start by explaining his most important ability, or lack thereof. Sylas's ultimate is to steal another ultimate in the game. That's right. Anyone on the enemy team, he could just walk up and take their best move. Like Fortnite and Among Us. That's a little topical, huh? And since most characters in this game are literally formed and balanced around their ability to use their ultimate, that balance goes right out the window when some smelly white guy with a very powerful set of base moves can use their ultimate as well. Sylas's passive gives him a stack of Unshackled every time he casts an ability, allowing him to hold up to 3 stacks. As long as he has stacks, he gets 125% bonus attack speed. Sylas's next basic attack will consume a stack of Unshackled to do an AoE cleave around Sylas that scales off of his total AD and bonus AP. To put it simply, Sylas just has a fucking Tiamat. Forever. Sylas's Q is a skill shot that makes him whip in a target direction with both of his chains, dealing a hefty amount of damage. After a 0.6 second delay, the area in which the chains intersect explodes, dealing a lot more magic damage to the enemy's hit. If a Sylas can manage to land the detonation on you, which he will, he's dealing a grand total of 400 plus 120% of his AP as magic damage. To give you guys an example of just how insane that scaling is, it is literally more damage than Lux's level 3 ultimate on a 6-second basic cooldown. Nice! And though there is a 0.6 second delay on the detonation that deals a majority of the damage, Sylas has more than enough ways to keep you in place, especially if you yourself have a way to keep him in place, cause then he'll just do that. Sylas's W is a point-and-click ability that deals a pretty large amount of damage to the enemy hit. When striking an enemy champion, Sylas also heals an insane amount of health that scales the lower his health is, this is gonna be the worst joke ever. Making his health bar more volatile than cryptocurrency. The longer he holds, the more he gains. Am I right, guys? Huh? Man, f y'all. This ability is his bread and butter, and when used correctly, a full damage Sylas becomes damn near unkillable without grievous wounds. And since this ability will be up every 3 or 4 seconds with CDR, Sylas will almost always out-heal 2 damage sources in the later stages of the game. Did I mention that it's a dash? Because, yeah, it's a dash. Which isn't as bad as his E, which is not 1, but 2 dashes. Upon first activation of his E, Sylas dashes a short distance. Upon reactivating it, Sylas throws out his chains, grabbing onto the first enemy struck. Sylas then stuns them for 0.5 seconds, pulls himself towards the target, and knocks them up for 0.5 seconds, dealing 280 plus 100% of his AP as magic damage. Mixing this ability with an Everfrost basically extends the CC to a guaranteed 2.5 seconds, and gives him more than enough time to do his entire combo. And since all of his cooldowns end up being below 6 seconds late game, this is what it looks like. I know it's a lot to take in, so I gave you guys a hand cam so you could see what buttons I pressed to do it. Now that we got through his basic abilities and combos, we can get into the real nitty-gritty of this champion. His 3 basic abilities are very powerful in their own right, but they become outright terrifying the second Sylas steals a good ultimate. I'll explain. When Sylas steals an ultimate ability, it scales off of his AP. If the ultimate ability has no AP scaling, then it scales with damage ratios converted to ability power ratios. It sounds a little confusing, but balanced, right? Let me explain why it isn't. Not only is Riot hilarious because they love to give AP scaling to ultimate abilities that shouldn't have AP scaling, but a lot of the ultimates that do have AP scaling end up being 9 times more effective on Sylas because of how much AP he's gonna have late game. Ash's enchanted crystal arrow is a perfect example. Ash normally just uses it as a CC ability to win trades and catch people out, but since Ash is an AD character, she can almost never get any benefit off of this AP scaling. Good thing Sylas can. What about Lucian's ultimate, the Culling? That for some reason has an insane amount of AP scaling that Lucian, again, can't take advantage of. Unless you're Dark Main. Well, Sylas can take advantage of that too. What about supports that have insane AP scaling on their abilities, but can't really build AP because they're stuck in the support role? Well, it's a good thing Sylas can just yoink that and do it better. There are so many ultimate moves that make or break a character, yet they're pretty hard to pull off due to an inability to position. Neeko has to actively catch somebody out with her abilities, and then she either has to flash or run at the target so that she could ult them in time. Sylas doesn't have to do that. He just lands his E and then Neeko ults. There are just so many examples in which Sylas is better at using an ultimate than the champion the ultimate was designed for, and honestly, that's the biggest case of disrespect I have ever seen in my life. But do you want to know what's the cherry on top? The thing that makes facing a Sylas go from being outclassed to straight up just being given a swirly? The fact that if he hits level 6, he could steal your ultimate ability and use it before you hit level 6. It's like another rapper dropping your mixtape. This mechanic is literally the draft version of the Uno reverse card. Oh, is that team very good at team fighting because they have such good ultimates? No. Sylas is a very interesting champion. Normally when a character has a game-breaking mechanic, they're stunted without it, becoming weak and frail, waiting for their chance to be a superstar once their big move is back up. For Sylas, this isn't the case. He'll whoop your ass without an ult. He'll whoop your ass with an ult. He'll whoop your ass with your ult. Sylas is not buffed by having other ultimates. Other ultimates are buffed by being on Sylas. And honestly, losing to him is one of the worst feelings in the world. And he can tell when you're sad. He thrives on it. Be sure to keep your head up, grit your teeth, and sigh less. Hey, I know that we said that Minecraft was going to be the next episode, but it actually has to be postponed because I'm out of town for a little bit. Don't worry, there's still going to be content on the channel, and all of the content is going to be cool and super awesome and a banger. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't worry, Minecraft coming soon, but not yet. I love you. Goodbye.